Hey, how's it? So this is going to be a bit of a different video. I think this is my 9th or 10th video that I'm putting on YouTube. I basically just want to show you guys what my garden looks like. I'm in a bit of a strange transitionary period with the garden right now, so I thought it would be fun if I show you what's actually going on, some of the thoughts and ideas that I have, and some of the things that I want to show you in the near and even in the distant future. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Alright, so I have harvested 25 kilograms of butternut yesterday, which is really cool. So the idea is that I need to start making space for my cool weather crops, because as I mentioned in the seed video, I'm busy germinating a whole bunch of cool weather crops. Yeah, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, a whole bunch of stuff. I need space. So I need to start getting my butternuts out of the garden into my kitchen so that I can have space for all these guys. Something that you guys don't normally see is what's on my stoep. Most of the stuff, well, apart from the cacti, right, all the succulents, all of this stuff here is cuttings that I've taken. Apart from the avos, these are grown from seed. I have 2 of them just to make sure that I get proper cross-pollination. I actually have another one that I'll show you guys just now in my orchard. But and I've got some rose bushes that I've taken from cuttings, some large leaf macrophylla hydrangeas that I've taken from cuttings, rosemary, lavender, this one's not so good, runners that I've propagated from strawberries, which I'm really stoked about. They haven't really put on a lot of fruit this season. I'm not really sure why. I need to do a bit of research into that. But yeah, and then here I've got beans. So I showed you guys in the bean video, and now they're finally producing, yeah, which I'm really stoked about. And then here, also from the bean video, these 2 aren't doing so lekker. I have still been harvesting from them, but they have, I don't know if it's blight or what, I missed some, but yeah, these beans aren't looking so hot. At least I still have quite a few. Alright, and then here, I've got a small rosemary bush. So the rosemary that I showed you guys now on the Lapa, that's not by the Lapa, by the porch. This guy and that one was taken from the same parent plant at the same time. But the reason this guy is so much bigger is because I've planted him straight into the garden, which is really, really cool. So I'm very happy about that. I have a flame lily, which is producing fruit so it can self-seed. And then here I've got a whole ton of cilantro, coriander. That's also self-seeded. I did transplant that one and that one. That's what I germinated from seed in the 6 cells, so I'm really keen to see how they perform. But I mean, you can see already they're not as green as these other ones. So yeah, I don't feel very confident about those guys. And then I've got some carrots. Really happy about this. And then these guys that I also showed you guys in the bean video, quite a few beans that they're producing. So really stoked about this. Radishes. And then this, I think is chard. I think it's Swiss chard. I'm not actually sure. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. And then from the pepper video, I showed you guys this plant was really struggling. This is actually my overwintered pepper plant. This was struggling with a lot of aphid pressure. And since resolving all those aphids, I actually squashed them. I found that more effective than spraying with water or even some organic insecticides. I didn't find those to be very helpful. I came outside, I squashed the little and yeah, really now I've got peppers, which is really cool. My arugula is going to seed, so I'm going to let this go and I'll get a lot of rocket, which is really cool. Interesting note, so I have arugula here and on the other side of Lapa, and this one for some reason is just horribly bitter. Like horribly, like I don't know why. So I need to do a bit of experimentation there. The tomato volunteer that was here, that I showed you guys in the tomato video, that's unfortunately died. And then I've got some flat leaf parsley. So this guy is also a transplant, or not a transplant. We bought this guy in 2023. It overwintered, and since we installed that massive wall, I had to move it, so I moved it here. But it's been a few months and this guy's really struggling, so I need to move it where it gets more light. It's suffering quite a bit. And then here's a very cool experiment or thing that I'm growing is ginger. Yeah, I'm growing ginger, bro. Really, really cool. So obviously the rhizomes underneath there, you can actually see there. Yeah, boy, I've got a ginger. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm so excited about this. But you can see the leaves are drying up. It's very thirsty. It really needs like a lot of moisture consistently. So yeah, that's something that I need to improve on. Here's my tomatoes. My tomatoes! So these guys haven't really been ripening a lot of fruit, but they're producing a lot of fruit. I mean, you can see I've got bunches for days, bro. And there's bumblebees, bro. Bumbledudes. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. Really happy that I'm going to be getting some more tomatoes. Yeah, so that's really cool. And another thing that I'm growing from that's new, turnips. I'm growing some turnips. I've got no idea what they taste like. I don't know what to do with them. So yeah, if you guys have any awesome recipes, let me know. But yeah, basically just trying this because I can. Alright, I'm excited about this video. Potatoes. So all these potatoes are actually growing from scraps, like a lot of things in my garden. So interestingly enough, did you guys know that potatoes, yes, potatoes, they produce berries? These are not potatoes. So when I saw this, right, I thought to myself, do I have potatoes or do I have tomatoes? Or what's actually going on here? And then I started thinking, well, if they have to be potatoes, maybe these are the potatoes. And then I thought to myself, but hang on, they don't look like potatoes. So I took to Reddit yesterday, and yeah, it turns out potatoes actually produce berries. They're toxic, so don't eat them. They have a lot of what is that compound? It's solanine or something. It's toxic, so don't eat it. But you can save the seeds from these berries and then grow potatoes from seed, which is really cool. Something I want to try. Okay. So you can see here, I've got a pumpkin. Once this pumpkin vine dies off, this area is then going to get allocated to the remainder of the broccoli and the cauliflower that I'm busy germinating from seed. I have a bunch of cabbages, broccoli that I've already put in here, some oregano, coriander and stuff. The idea that I've done here to try and curb some pest pressure, because on the first set of thingamabobs I had a lot of aphids, dude. So by having a marigold plant essentially in between two cabbages, or a basil plant in between two cabbages, the idea is that the companion plants will at least help curb some of that pest pressure. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see. I want to see how this works, if it works. So really excited about that. My brinjal died, unfortunately. So yeah, cucumbers. So I've got one cucumber that survived. The other two unfortunately died. Really sad. Man, I've really been struggling with cucumbers. But yeah, such is life. And then I've got my butternuts. So this is where a lot of those butternuts came from, and then by the peach tree, because I need to make space for other cool weather crops. What I also have here, it's sweet potato. I have 4 sweet potato slips that I've planted here. Really keen to see how this goes. Apparently you can eat the leaves. Apparently it's similar to spinach, but yeah, we'll see. And then all the beans here, I have about, I think I counted 19 or 20 bean plants here that are producing as well, by the way. Self-seeded. All of this was self-seeded. So because of the injury, I wasn't able to harvest a lot of beans, and they all died or essentially matured, and yeah, now they've self-seeded. So that's really cool. Really cool. And then my corn. Yeah, boy. So this is actually my second sowing of corn this season. All this corn is seeds sown from seeds that I saved from the first set of corn. Try saying that 5 times fast. Damn. But yeah, we're gonna see how this goes by putting them in rows that are slightly further apart, but then planted closer together in the rows. I'm finding it's a little bit more effective than the whole mess that I had before. But I will mention this: the rate of growth is much more spotty than before. Because before I had them all equally spaced to each other. I think it was like 300 mils or 200 mils or so. So this grid block, they grew relatively consistently with exceptions of the ones that was essentially shaded out most of the time. But for some reason, I mean, come on dude, this guy, even that guy, they're very small compared to the guys that's in the middle. It's actually very surprising. But I had phenomenal germination on the fresh seeds. They're growing very nicely. They're really starting to shoot up now. So yeah, I'm super stoked to see what I get from them. Okay, some exciting stuff. Butternuts. I've got butternuts. Yeah man, I've got tons of butternuts. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're literally dude, they're growing in my bushes, in my trees, against everything. It's nuts, dude. But yeah, I counted yesterday. I have 49 butternuts in total still growing in my yard after harvesting everything else. And I've put some of them on bricks just to try and raise them from the ground, because it's been very wet over the past few weeks, and we're still expecting quite a bit more rain coming up within the next week, and probably from there it's going to dry up and stuff. But I just wanted to raise them, get them off of the ground. I mean, you can see the grass is just going absolutely together, absolutely nuts, bro. Is there anything interesting here? Oh, yes. I complained about the fruit flies, the damn fruit flies. So this one had been taken by fruit flies. But what I tried to do, because I caught it relatively early, I tried to cut it out. I tried to cut the maggots out, and then I took honey, some proper natural honey, not syrup honey, and I basically just tried to put some of that honey here because it has antifungal properties. So I'm going to let this ripen up. I want to then harvest it and actually see what it looks like in this area that was affected by fruit flies. Here's the reason. It's not nice to grow something and then have it taken out at the last run by a damn fruit fly. So I want to see how does it affect the butternut? You know, in terms of taste, production. Is it completely ruined? Is it better that I just chuck it? Or is it salvageable? Yeah, this pepper plant here is struggling. He's still struggling. I mentioned in the pepper video that this one, I mean, it's put on quite a bit of growth, but it's just not producing much fruit. So peppers, the more sun you can give them, the better, in all honesty. Really. My peas here have died, but I saved quite a bit of seed, and I'll show you guys what I've done with that seed now. But these were quite lacquer because they grew up this vertical trellis, this pellet. Then they started growing in my tree, which was really cool. So I had like little pea pods hanging from the peach tree, because this peach tree is pretty old and not so hot. It doesn't produce fruit at all. So it was cool that I at least had butternuts and peas growing from a tree. So yeah, and then obviously I still have a ton of butternuts. So in the pepper video I mentioned that I took a cutting. So this cutting has taken. I mean, it's putting on new growth. It's putting on some buds, which I actually find quite interesting. But what I'm probably going to do, right, because it's so small and winter is approaching, I'm not going to let this produce any fruit or anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to overwinter this and see what it does come the next season, so then I can actually have a comparison between my overwintered peppers that was grown from seed and an overwintered pepper that was taken as a cutting from those same pepper plants. I just want to see what's going to happen. Is it going to have a bit of a production loss or anything? I am expecting it to not produce as much as these other ones because these are already a lot larger. So, but I mean, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And you can see they're still producing peppers, dude. Still producing flowers. These guys, these guys are pretty stoked. Here's a yellow pepper. It's really, really cool. Yeah, more butternuts. As you can see, I've actually already started clearing some of this up because I've buried a whole bunch of scraps here now, and this area I'm allocating to kale and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then here are the pea seeds that are sowed, direct sowed, might I add. And this is looking pretty good. I planted, it was on 2 separate occasions. First it was 5, and then it was, I think it was like 19. So I have 24 pea plants growing currently in my garden, which is really cool. And these dudes here, I sowed them when, I think it was on Saturday. Today's Tuesday. So they're growing very, very quickly. I'm so happy about that. So happy about that. You can see here as well. Yeah. So really, really cool. Some dogwoods that I actually need to trim. Really, really happy about that. Okay, so James squash. I mentioned that I've been struggling with seed starting. I have been struggling to germinate seeds since I started, but James squash since I think it was December, January, around about there. Bro, I have been struggling. I could not do it. Only that one. That one actually came up by itself. That's a volunteer there. But that dude I transplanted from that I grew from seed, and it's doing alright. These guys, I planted them on Saturday. Was it Saturday? I think it was last week Tuesday. I planted them last week Tuesday, yeah. And they're a week later they're germinated. But this is what's like frustrating, right? You can see how many I put in here just to try and hedge my bets, just in case it was a seed that was a problem. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, dude. I've got 10 gem squash here that's grown within a week, direct sowed. But like the ones that I've grown from seed for like the past 4 months, I've been struggling, and I only got 1, dude. Frustrating. But oh man, but I really need to get better at starting from seed. It's such a valuable skill. So yeah, so the idea is that I'm going to grow them vertically up these stakes, because I want to try and raise them off the ground so I can get better access to the actual fruits. But by doing this as well, they'll grow up, they won't be on the ground, and I can plant other stuff around here. Cabbages, lettuce, whatever. Alright. Me orchard! Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the bougainvillea, but I've got a lemon tree. This we purchased, and this guy's also been struggling immensely with aphids. Fuck. Every fucking day. The only thing that actually works with aphids that I found is squash the damn things. Don't worry about blowing them off with a hose. Don't worry about insecticides and stuff. It does not work. Just squash them. Take your fingers, you truck them. Yeah, bro, that's what works. And then here is another apple that I grew from seed. Okay, you can't see the seed yet. But yeah, this is my third one. And then here's another lemon tree. So this is the lemon tree that in the, I think it was a pepper video, the tomato video I mentioned. So this one we grew from seed. This is the pot that I had all the peppers and tomatoes originally germinating. So this is a cool thing, because now obviously it's going to take a while to actually get any harvest from this guy. But just to say that we've grown a fruit tree from seed, I think that's really cool. And then I don't know if you guys know what this is. It's a guava tree. So this was taken as an air layer that we purchased. But so when we first got it, it had obviously the main trunk, and it had one branch and one branch. Since we purchased it, I think it was in October, because it was just before my injury. Yeah, it's put on quite a few new branches. We've already had 2 guavas when we purchased it, and they were quite lacquer, and now I've got 1, 2, 3. So I'm really, and it looks like I might even get 2 more, but we'll see, because winter is coming. But yeah, very, very interesting. Cold compost pile. I make my own compost. Compost is expensive and I don't have a lot of bucks, so I am hot composting and cold composting. I can't hot compost at the moment because I can't access it. So I'm cold composting. All the grass clippings, and you can see all the butternut vines that I'm taking off, a whole bunch of stuff. I've got a stockpile of sticks that I have over there that I'm putting in here. I'm putting in a whole bunch of nitrogen sources, carbon sources, and surprisingly enough, it's actually breaking down a lot quicker than I thought it would, which is really, really interesting. So this is then going to be my cold compost that I'm going to just update the garden with in a few months. I've got a little grapevine. It's produced one very sad cluster of grapes. I want to, come winter time, I want to take some cuttings, because I need to prune this little dude. I need to take some cuttings and I want to propagate those cuttings, because on the back side of that wall there, I actually want to trellis or espalier a whole bunch of grapevines. There's something very interesting I want to do with grapes. So my dad makes his own beer, right? I want to, with these, because these are Shiraz grapes, by the way, I want to try and make wine. Because why not, dude? I think it'll be fun. So you need, per bottle of wine, you need 1.5 kilograms of grapes. Each vine is supposed to produce around about 2 kilograms of grapes per vine. So if I have 7 grapevines, then I should at the minimum be able to at least get, like, I don't know, 7 bottles of wine that I can make. It is a bit of a long process. It'll take about a year, but I mean, gardening is not a quick get rich quick scheme thing. It's a long-term investment, so we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about it, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm stoked for that one. Okay, now I have spunsback, which is sweet melon. I've planted them here, grew them from seed. The other ones unfortunately perished. These guys, the idea is that it's going to grow up in between this pallet. I'm then going to take it up and over my railing. I want the fruits to hang down and stuff, be nice and easy to get them, support them and stuff. I don't know if that'll actually come to fruition, because we are reaching the tail end of summer, or we're at the tail end of summer, so we'll have to see how that goes. But really excited about that. If it doesn't happen, it is what it is. We improve next year. Now, I mentioned in the seed video that I'm going to direct sow a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm going to have right next to them all my seeds. So all the ones that I've sown, I want to bring them down here. I want to sow some more turnips on this sort of run here, and then all the other seed trays, I'm just going to put them down here. I have what is it? What is this? Carrots, leeks, beets, and then radishes. So those radishes, those are the ones that I'm going to compare to the ones by the Lapa, if it tastes more or less bitter, because like I said, this area gets tons of sun. But yeah, I have these little greenhouses that I've taken from, like, I think I've got like salads and shit in them, but I suppose it's not really relevant. It's just to retain moisture. Yeah, so that's why this is there. Alright, and now sunflowers are flowering. Yeah, boy. So like I said, this is why I'm doing this little update video. Next week is going to be the sunflower video. I'm so excited about it. I've got so much to talk about. But yeah, so these are all from seeds that are saved from the first harvest, or the first sowing at the beginning of the season. I struggled a bit with germination, but they're finally coming up. It's just interesting how everything is sort of sloped down. But yeah, I'm so happy about this. Normally, what I've been doing since I started is this entire bed was allocated to sunflowers. They would grow up, because they get to about 2 meters tall. They would be sort of like just here by the railing with all the flower heads, and you just have this like sea of yellow. It's really, really cool. But this time I decided, you know what, half of the bed for sunflowers, and then the other half I'll do other stuff. So yeah, really, really happy about this. And you can see this one's still opening up. There's a little bumble dude up there. Random. Is he alive? What the fuck? I think he's dead. Damn. So yeah, on that awkward note, that's the video. A little bit more relaxed. Not a lot of real info. Just you and me having a chat. Me showing you the garden. What's up? What's coming up? I don't know if you guys enjoy this sort of stuff. Let me know. Maybe I'll do like one update video per season. Like, what does my winter garden look like? My summer garden. Sorry. But yeah, if you like my other content, I suppose, check out my playlist. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. As a new gardener, I decided to create this YouTube channel just to try and help out some other new gardeners, because I find that some of the more experienced gardeners on YouTube, some of the information just flies over my head. And I sort of get like overwhelmed, like, I need to do this and this and this and this and this. So it's kind of difficult to know when to start, what to do, and sort of just gets a bit overwhelming. So I created this YouTube channel just to hopefully inspire some other new gardeners, saying, you know what, gardening is actually really easy. You just need to give the plants what they need. Start with easy stuff, just to show you guys what I failed with, what I've succeeded with, to give you guys a bit more like hope, I suppose, that even as a new gardener, you know, failure is inevitable, unfortunately. Take it as you want, just rather get going, just start something and fail along the way, figure shit out, and then have fun with the process. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, check out the playlist, it'll be here somewhere, I don't know. Yeah.